So Saroja Gullapalli Madam is an engineer and a former senior corporate professional from Melbourne, Australia. She is an award-winning motivational speaker, holistic counselor, and she received Victorian Award for her excellence from the Australian government in recognition of her meritorious service to the community. And she was the chairperson at the 5th International Conference on Integrating Spirituality and Holistic Living in Organizational Leadership in 2015 in Chicago. She has been doing community work for at least from the last 20 years under the umbrella of Saroja's self-empowerment platform. As a part of her community work, she had conducted over hundreds of workshops and sessions in English, Hindi, and Telugu in Australia and abroad in the last 10 years. She has formed numerous support groups that are running all around the globe. She is the founder of Beyond Your Mind Foundation, and she is passionately working with children around the world by forming Crystal Children Corner Academy, Indigo Youth Platform, and Spiritual Parenting. Her vision is to live in the present with complete awareness and to build a community with individuals who believe in themselves and have miraculous thinking that aids in overall growth of humanity. And she also shared her sessions of Untold Story of Sita and 1,000 Seeds of Joy, maybe a number of times. Okay. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. And the platform is yours, and you have every minute from here now. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Ashok, sir. So namaste all. As Ashok sir mentioned, my name is Saroja Gullapalli, and I'm connecting with you all today from Melbourne, Australia. First of all, my humble gratitude to Ashok sir for inviting me today to be here with you all. And it's a wonderful program that you all are attending. I had a chance to talk to Ashok sir. So congratulations. I was meant to come a week earlier, but I think the universe wanted me to be here only on the last day. So as you appreciate, last Monday, I was supposed to be here, but something else happened which was beyond our control. And my motto for living is acceptance and surrender. And I think in that formula, today was the best day for me to be here. So friends, Ashok sir has asked me to start with my journey, share with you all, followed by meditation, and then we will open up to Q&A. Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And you have 90 minutes, and your journey, you can split whatever the way that you want, madam. There is no restrictions, nothing. So it's up to you how you wanted to take it.
No problem. Thank you very much, sir. So I would normally like to speak, and while I speak, you can hold your question answers till the last. Interactive sessions are very useful, but considering the time we have, let's make the most of it, because I would definitely like to have a meditation, would not like to miss that. So we'll try to evenly divide this hour-and-a-half session into decent 3 hours, 3 half-an-hour slots. I'll try to capture my journey within half an hour. And for people who know me, I can go on for 10 hours talking about my journey, but definitely not today. So first half an hour, I'll just give you a high-level summary of where I was and where I'm today. And what is that journey between where I was and where I'm today. And then definitely we'll have a nice meditation. Without meditation, no sessions are complete. And after that, friends, we'll just open up for Q&A, and don't hesitate to ask me anything you like. And it's good. The more questions you ask, the more I know about myself, which nobody wants to know much about themselves, isn't it? So I love question answer sessions because it makes me think who I am, what I'm doing. So though the meditation session is supposed to be after the journey, but I would like to connect with your energies, masters. So for 30 seconds, my request is just close your eyes and connect with me today, because what I say through words is nothing, but what I can give you through my energies is a lot. So masters, 30 seconds. Let's all connect our energies together. Thank you very much. Now we are truly connected. So if I start my journey, masters, many of you would have heard the interview that was done on PMC, though it was in Telugu. I know many are here who can understand Telugu. I think a marathon interview went on PMC Telugu a couple of years back. I think the interview went for 8 hours. So to bring my journey in a nutshell, on a beautiful afternoon of 2002 in Chicago, that's where my journey started. Now you must be wondering, I live in Melbourne. How did I land for my spiritual journey to start in Chicago? Masters, we have no control where our spiritual journey is going to start. It can start anywhere, even in a toilet. Don't be surprised. I was on a business meeting on one of the projects which I was working. So at the moment, I do not work for the organization, so I can reveal the name. But when I was working, I used to just keep saying organization, but now there's no absolute secrecy here. So I worked for ExxonMobil, one of the top oil and gas companies, one of the top private companies, multinational organization in the world. I've had my professional life in ExxonMobil for over 30 years. And in 2002, I was leading a very high power project at that moment. And life was quite busy, masters. I'm an engineer by profession. I've done masters in electronics and communication. And my profession has been in oil and gas industries right from the beginning. I started my life in India, where I was born in a town called Gwalior. It's in Madhya Pradesh. So for all those people who wonder, how can she talk Hindi? This is my secret. I was born in Madhya Pradesh. I was brought up in Madhya Pradesh in a place called Gwalior. And I spent almost 21 years there, masters. I did my engineering there from Madhav Institute of Technology and Science, which I very fondly like to share with people. Your birthplace is always your favorite, and Gwalior is my favorite place. So almost all my childhood and most of my youth has been spent in Madhya Pradesh. And so Hindi has been always my primary language. You know what we do, people think in the language that they feel that they're very comfortable. And for me, my comfort language is Hindi. So if I have to think, I will think in Hindi and then I will translate in English and Telugu. So this is my comfort language because it reminds me of my homeland, Gwalior. It's been a long time I have visited their masters, but very fond of Gwalior. So that's where all my young time, my childhood, my youth kind of passed by. After that, I did my master's in IIT and I started my work in Hindustan Petroleum, HPCL, in Visakhapatnam, where I met my better half. I'm just telling you all that journey before my spiritual transformation, where it's a very, very common, very regular journey of anyone. And mine is no different to that. So I ended up in Visakhapatnam as one of the petroleum engineers there. My expertise was in instrumentation. So I was an instrumentation engineer in Hindustan Petroleum, Visakhapatnam. And no wonder my fate took me there, because I was supposed to meet my partner there. And of course, my husband Harish, which many of you have seen in PMC videos and Dhyan Mahachakram and all that. That's where we have met in Hindustan Petroleum. And life took us one step further, and we came into each other's life. And very soon, the next step to move to Australia was there in front of us. We had never thought of leaving home country. Just to give you a little bit of background where I come from, I'm one among 8 siblings. We are 7 sisters, 1 brother, very precious in the family. Last of all the sisters, I have 1 younger brother. But for some reason, though I had a younger brother, there was a lot of love given to me. Don't know why, I must be the lucky one. So my parents never wanted to send me out of India. I was meant to be in India. That's what my father had declared. And just on the funnier side, when the marriage alliances started coming from US, my father used to clearly say, no, I'm not sending my daughter anywhere. She will be in India, and I do not want any matches from abroad. And I was pretty happy with that, till destiny came and stood in front of me. This is after I married Harish. And my father agreed for me to marry Harish because he was in India. He was not going to go abroad. And that was the condition. And we both agreed because we never had. But this is what destiny is, masters. I was supposed to do my spiritual work in Australia. How could I have been in India? So when the time came for us to move to Australia, it was so organic, so natural. It didn't even occur to us that we were not planning to go to abroad. How come it's there? We just went. And we thought, okay, for a couple of years, like how couples go and they think, oh, it's only for a year. Nice honeymoon holiday period. We came too. But then there was never going back except for holidays. We had our children here, Nikhil and Navya, very soon after we came to Australia. So we've been in Australia for around 30 years. And we had both our children, Nikhil and Navya, here in Melbourne. I started my work in ExxonMobil. And life was good because ExxonMobil is a very good organization to work and have a lifetime career. So the reason I've given you all this story just to start before my journey is, masters, I was very comfortable. There was really no necessity to be thinking about, what next in my life, because what was going on was materialistically perfect. I was getting my good salary. My husband is an engineer too. He's an oil and gas engineer. So 2 professionals in oil and gas, having 2 children, come to a new country, full of dreams. We were ticking all the boxes, but ticking all the material boxes. Within a year of our arrival, we bought a house. We bought everything that everyone aspires for materialistically. And I was ticking boxes. And ExxonMobil is a very competitive field. So I never had problem with competition because by birth, I enjoy competition, and that's how I survive. And I've been a gold medalist in my graduation. So you can see what kind of personality I am. Competing with people has never been my fear. If I don't have a challenging atmosphere, that's where I don't thrive. So in ExxonMobil, it was quite natural for me. Though I came from India, I had no idea about how this developed countries work or what's the kind of challenge, but I enjoyed learning. I was like a sponge, learning every day. And that attitude really took me far. So I had quite a good recognition in the company, and I was being promoted very quickly till 2002. I came to a point where I was given the most important project in the company, and life was going very busy, very tough. 2 young children, it's not an easy thing. I used to travel a lot, mostly to the US, because the design consultants who were really designing our project, they were from Chicago, CBI, Chicago Bridge Industries. So I used to go very often for design engineering discussions and stuff. So Chicago had become more or less my second home, because that's the amount of travel I used to do between Melbourne and Chicago. Guys, Australia and US are far apart. But thanks to ExxonMobil, they used to pay first class. So I used to really sleep for 16 hours, go to LA, take another plane from Chicago. The reason I'm describing all this, masters, nothing bothered me. Even that 17 hours travel was wonderful, because that was my rest time. Because back at home, I was fully busy. If anyone can read my book, The Red Rose, which I'm going to talk about it a little while, you'll know how I operated. I had list upon list upon list upon list. One list was on the fridge. The second list used to be in my purse. The third list used to be in my car. If I forget something, which I have not mentioned in the on the fridge list, then it should be in the car list. So I was a woman of list upon list upon list. Everything is prioritizing, because 24 hours I had was not enough for me with my 2 young children, with my job. Plus, I'm a people's person. I love having people around. So I came to Melbourne in those days where we started Telugu community in Australia. And I was one of the leading members in that. So you can imagine 2 young children starting a whole new community full of friends. I love people, weekends partying. Where is the time? So those long flights from Australia to US used to be wonderful. First class, happily sleep. I used to have the air hostess or the stewardess tell me, LA is coming, you have to wake up. Then I would wake up from my sleep. But that would be my reviving time. I enjoyed, no complaint. I enjoyed every bit of it. So that was the kind of life I'm having. And never did I wonder, is there anything beyond this? Why would I need to wonder, masters, if things are going well and you're enjoying? I have a girl, I have a boy. That's why I'm saying ticking the box. I ticked every box of material life. So never did anything occur that maybe there is something beyond what I'm doing. I thought, wow, I'm doing everything that I can think of. And in that kind of time, back to where I started in 2002, October, I was in the design review meeting. This was supposed to be the last design review meeting in Chicago. And we were about to go into construction after that. Once the design is finished, then implementation. And then there would not be any more trips to Chicago. So I used to love Chicago. I still love Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful place. So here we were in the CBI office, and I was chairing the meeting. This was the last final design review meeting. Lot of discussions, because I knew I wouldn't be coming back here. I have to tie up all the loose ends, and that's it. And while we finished, the meeting went for 3 days, and this was the last day. And we were all tired. All long, exhausting meetings with all kind of people, subject matter experts, and we were literally on each other's skin. I mean, we could not have handled each other one more day. It was like really getting to the point. We were just trying to be very decent people, but inside we were just hating each other. We just wanted to quit from that meeting and go back wherever we belong. And the third day, like, we almost thought we finished, and I was supposed to wind up everything, and not minutes of meeting, but I was summarizing everything, what happened. And here I am standing, masters, and there's this beautiful garden that I could see across the window. And as I was speaking, I just looked out of the window, and everything stopped for me. Literally everything stopped. I don't remember breathing. I don't remember anything happening outside. For me, the time has frozen, absolutely frozen. And I have no idea how long I had been standing there like a statue in that meeting, till the point that people started getting worried about me. They had no clue what was going on. They kept saying, Saroja, is everything okay? I couldn't hear. Masters, that went on for a long time, till my friend, my co-worker in CBI, he came to me, and he literally shook me, and he said, are you okay? And I just looked at him, and I couldn't recognize him. I had no idea who this man was. And I was just looking through him as if he didn't exist there. And they got worried. They thought the work stress has caught up on me, and I've kind of gone nuts totally. And they don't know what to do with me. I had to take a flight back to Melbourne the next day, and they didn't know what to do. It was late in the night, and they brought a glass of water, everything that you would do when you think a man has gone mad or a woman has gone mad. What people can think, they thought everything. They kept talking. I didn't answer. And apparently it took 1.5 or 2 hours before, I could even drink water. And then my dear friend asked, should we go to a hospital? I said, for what? And he said, you don't seem to be normal. You don't seem to be okay. I said, I'm fine. I don't remember having said much, but this is what they say that I said. And then they said, what do you want to do? I said, take me to the hotel. So they brought me back to the hotel, and that friend, he sat in the lobby all night because I kept telling him, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. He sat in the lobby all night because I was not agreeing to going to a hospital or a doctor because I thought I'm fine. I didn't know why, but more than that, nothing was going in this mind what these people were talking, because I had zoned out completely. I had moved into a different world, which I didn't realize, they didn't realize. But I was normal. I was breathing. I was walking. I was still talking, not much, but I was still talking. And I said to him, Steve, I'm fine. I'll take the flight tomorrow. Apparently, they kept checking on me. The next day, I flew back to Melbourne. And as I said to you guys, it's a long travel back to Melbourne, but I don't remember anything. I came to, and when I came back, I came straight to office from the airport. Only thing that I remembered was I have to do minutes, because I was very work oriented, very, very work oriented. Responsibilities have to be done. Even now, people who work with me, they know I wouldn't call me perfectionist, but I don't like to keep things pending. I like to finish off. And I think that's one key to my success in whatever field I am, because I don't like postponing. If I can't do, I accept I can't do. If I can do, I'd rather do or delegate it. That's always been my story. And this was on me. I had to tie up, I had to do minutes of the meeting so that I can finish that off. And then started the suffocation. I did not know what the suffocation, right on the plane itself, I was feeling very suffocated. So all this chain of events happening one after another, nothing is registering. Coming back to office, I finished off my minutes. And the first thing I did was I went to my director and I said to him, I need time off, because I knew that I didn't feel like even sitting at work. So he looked at me straight away. And by then he had already got a call from Chicago saying, we're not sure how she is. I hope she's well. And the first thing he said, Saroja, I was going to come to you and ask you to take some time off. You've been working very mad all these days. Take some time off. So good. We both had the same agenda. He wanted to get rid of me. I wanted to get rid of him. And so we said, okay, I'm going. I didn't even say what leave it was. I said, I'm taking off. I don't know when I'm going to come back. But work-wise, it was good, Masters, because we had completed the design part. So at least those people were not relying on me for the next few weeks. Now, how do I go back home? Because I had no clue. So they rang up my husband because they realized she's not normal. They rang up my husband and they said, this is the same kind of field we work in. We know each other. Harish used to be consulting for us. So we were his clients and we knew each other. So they rang him up and they said, we're not sure, maybe she's not okay. Do you want to, or is she back from the US? Yeah, she has come directly to work. Can you take her home? My husband was very much worried, because I'm not a person who falls sick or who keeps quiet, Masters. I'm a non-stop talker. I mean, when I was in my primary school, my teachers didn't know how to shut me up. I love talking. I get energy from talking. Now I understand why I got that, whatever that was my trait, because this is what I'm supposed to do, talking. Share through talking, learn through talking. And I have no regrets, but my teachers had regrets in those days. Saroja, how can we make you quiet for even a second? Because I get energy from talking. Everyone get energies in different way. And this is my energy field. I mean, I get connected to people through talking. So I'm just sharing this with you people so that you know who I am and what kind of being is in front of you. So when my husband learned I wasn't talking much, he knew I was in trouble. So he has known me much better than what I know about myself. So he drove me home. And Masters, honestly, the next few days was absolutely disaster in our house, because Saroja not talking in the house is like the house has come to a standstill. Nobody knows what to do, because I've been the driving force in the family. My husband is very, very modest, very quiet. I mean, I can keep on telling his qualities. It would never end. The most humble person I've ever met in my life. Doesn't talk much, but he talks as much as required. He listens, and it suits me well. He listens, I talk, so that was perfect. My children, another amazing combination. So I'm like a center point between all these three people. And imagine when I stopped talking, they didn't know what to do. My children came back home that evening. They don't know what happened to mom. What's gone wrong with mom? And I didn't feel like talking to anybody, Masters. This is the first time in my life I didn't know where the time was ticking. this transformation I like to share because everyone thinks, how does spiritual transformation come? It can come in any form and shape. You don't need a guru sitting in front of you and saying, come on, do anapanasati. No, that is just a progression. Spiritual transformation doesn't come through meditation. Spiritual transformation comes when you are ready. And when you are ready is only you know. Your divine plan with which you have come into this life, that your karma, that you have spent so many lives doing this work. And when the right time comes, people change. And I'm telling you my story because, masters, I didn't know what was anapanasati. I didn't even know meditation exists. I'm being very honest with you people. And there I was, telling my family that just leave me alone. So I don't know how that night passed by. I didn't move out of the family room. I didn't want to go and sleep. I just wanted to sit there by myself. And I told my husband, go to work. I don't want to talk to you. My children, not worried. I'm not like that. My life revolves around children. Everything has to be perfect for them. But that moment it wasn't. I couldn't care less for anyone. And my husband left me, giving me a cup of tea, said, okay, I'm going to work, but call me if you need. And masters, 8 o'clock in the morning, I sit with a cup of tea. And 5 p.m. he comes back. I still have that cup of tea intact in my hand. And I'm staring through the glass door into my garden. I don't remember anything because for me, time had stopped right from that evening in Chicago. So this was the third day now. And I was just staring out, and my husband thought she's gone mentally abnormal because 3 days is a long time. But he couldn't convince me to take to a doctor, a hospital, nowhere, because I wasn't coming. And then that evening, he requested me, why don't you go for a walk? I didn't want to move, but sometimes even in your madness, you listen to people. And this was my madness. And I listened to him because I loved him. I cared for him. I knew somewhere in my mind, I knew that he was worried, but I couldn't care less because I couldn't care less for anyone, anybody, neither my work nor my loving children. So then I went for a walk, masters. But as I started walking, the tears started flowing nonstop. Don't know why. I have no reason why. My whole time was standstill. I don't know what was happening, but tears were going through. And I kept walking. And then this lady was coming from across, from the other side. And she just stood in front of me and she said, hi, Saroja, how are you? And that lady, I might have seen her somewhere in my friend's place. And somebody introduced us, but not good friends. It's a very elderly lady, a Telugu lady. And I just looked at her, didn't reply. And she saw the tears flowing. And she didn't ask me any questions. And she said, would you like to come to our house? She said, we just live next block. So without questioning, I went along with her. And in the front room, their study, she took me there. And there was this small carpet, nice little carpet there. She asked me to sit down. I sat down. She asked me to sit cross-legged, which I did. She asked me to put fingers in fingers. I did. And she said, close your eyes. And I did, as if I was in a hypnosis. And she said, can you observe your breath? Normally, somebody, if doing for the first time, they'll say, what is observing breath? What's so special? But I was in a no thought zone, masters. My mind was free of all thinking 3 days before. So I was totally prepared for this process. So when she said, observe your breath, it was so easy. My mind wasn't thinking of anything. So all I had to do was just see how my breath was going in. I don't even remember how many breaths I would have taken. I really don't remember, maybe 3, 4. And that's all. I was gone, masters. I was totally into a different world. And honestly, listeners, if you're interested in more, what happened, how happened, please read my book, The Red Rose. It tells you the places that I've been. And I was in totally a different time, different place. In my book, I have written, I feel like it's a 5th century. Even the date came to me. I don't know what 5th century is, even not in this life, but it just occurred to me. Yes, this looks like a 5th century setting. I was in a temple. I was in a very ancient temple. And there were these big, long lights. You see, I don't know if we see in the movies or this big chains, metal chains hanging from the roof. And there'll be oil lamps, big oil lamps hanging from the roof.
I saw that black rock. The temple was made of black rock. Beautiful. Not very big. The veranda was quite big with a lot of pillars, but the actual sanctorium, which we call Garbhagudi, was very, very small, very tall, like a stupa, typical stupa and mandapa kind of roof. And there was a Shivalinga. The floor was wet everywhere, and I could see, there's a stream nearby, and the water was coming all the way. Not one single soul. And the timing, it was like kind of evening, dusk time, twilight time. It was getting dark, not so. I remember, even today, I remember every bit of what I saw that day. And I was standing in front of the Shivalinga, and absolutely no thought. And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful that my heart was filled with peace. I don't know how long this would have happened, but from far I heard somebody calling my name. And I was in no mood to talk, so I didn't respond. And then after 5 minutes, I felt someone was really shaking me. And then obviously I have to respond. And then when I really responded, I saw myself back in Auntie's study room. And then I thought, wow, that was such a beautiful scene. What the hell am I doing here in her room? I said, why did you shake me so hard? And she said, it's been 3 hours. I know you have to pick your children from school. She was worried about my children more than me. She said, when you walked with me, you said you have to pick your children at 3:30. It is 3:45. Your children would be waiting. I would not have disturbed you, but I thought she's joking. I kind of met her at 12:30. How can it be 3:45? So when I looked at my watch, it was 3:45. I thought, what the hell this lady has done with me? Then I said to her, have you hypnotized me? And she said, no, Ma, I haven't done anything. I said, where did the 4 hours go? I only remember walking into this room, and now you're telling me it's been 4 hours and I'm looking at the watch. I'm already late to pick the children up. Then I said, Auntie, you sure you have not hypnotized me? She said, no, Ma, I have not hypnotized me, but I can tell you one thing. You sat for meditation. What meditation? In my life, I never meditated. Neither I'm interested in meditation. Neither I want to know about meditation. So I said, what? I didn't do any meditation. She said, yes. What you did is meditation. I said, what did I do? She said, you crossed your feet, you interlocked your fingers, and you focused on your breath. But I remember only 2 or 3 breaths, masters. After that, I wasn't there. So I don't remember anything. And then I asked her, I said, oh, is this what meditation is? She said, yeah. Oh, okay. I said, this is marvelous. Because all that I felt in the past 3 days had all vanished. The urge to keep myself, not talk to anybody was no longer there. Was happiness and peace coming from inside like a fountain. And I don't know what I had found inside, but I could feel the happiness. I could feel the peace. All the restlessness had vanished. And I said, oh, okay, so this is what meditation. She said, okay, let me tell you a little bit more. This is called Anapanasati meditation. Ana means in breath. Apana means out breath. Oh, okay. But I said, what is this? This is giving me so much happiness. And she asked me, she said, where did you go? I said, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I wasn't in your room. She said, okay, share with me. So I shared with her and I said, have I gone mad? Because I'm sitting here, but I was not sitting here. And then she smiled and she said, no, this is what happens in meditation. You were just ready for it. You were free of thoughts. It didn't take you long to astral travel. I said, what the hell, astral travel? I didn't know anything, master. So obviously I didn't understand any of the jargon she was telling. But one thing I knew, whatever I have done now is absolutely bliss. It's like, people who take drugs, I understand, they just want to get away from that. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I can relate. This was like a bliss for me. What, just within 3 hours, you get so much bliss? And when I went to pick my children up from there, I didn't take the car, masters. I thought I'll have a wonderful walk. And I tell you, I wasn't walking, I was floating in the air. I literally could not put my feet on the ground because I was singing with happiness. What happiness? I don't know. Why? I don't know. For what? I don't know. Without any reason, without any condition, this happening, the unconditional happiness that I tasted in my life, I will ever remember that. Ever, ever, ever remember that. And what a blissful. So I picked my children up. They were already worried. For 2 days, they haven't seen mom talking, not mom smiling. And here mom is standing there with a big happy smile. They came running to me. They were only 6 and 9 masters. What would they know what's mom going through? They came to me, mama. So I hugged them. And I said, I'm very happy. They didn't ask me why you're happy. They were happy that I'm talking at least. So they held my hand, and on the way back, I'm singing and they're singing with me. We came back home. And then I rang my husband up. Then I remembered I have a husband too. So I rang him up and I said, come home. He said, are you all right? I said, oh, very fine. So then he came early because he was so happy to see me back. And then there was no chance for him to talk because so much to share. You know what happened? This auntie took me and this is what I did. This is what I did. Guarantee she's gone mad. So he had confirmed she's nuts. Now I'm seeing the other side of her. The last 3 days was one aspect of her madness. Now this is another aspect. But at least he was happy that I was talking. He thought he could talk me through, he could take me to doctor, so it can happen one day. But for me, masters, everything had changed. Everything looked so beautiful. The same rose flower that I used to see, as I exited my door, so beautiful. My grass appeared more green. Everyone appeared beautiful. The creation, the universe was not same anymore. And it had never gone back to what it was. Everything appeared million times more beautiful. Everything was singing harmonious with me. Harmony, that's the best word. Everything was sinking in me. It was beautiful. So what do? Next morning, send children to school, go back to auntie again. Now I'm addicted to her because she has got this hypnotism. She's doing something. Auntie, let's do again meditation. Amma, I haven't finished my work. It's okay, you can finish your work later. Let's do meditation. Because now I know that if I say meditation, she'll sit with me. So my masters, my madness increased more. Every morning, evening, she only lives like few blocks away. I used to go knock at her door. Let's sit for meditation. She is worried that if we sit for meditation, I won't go for 3-4 hours. Her work will stop. I used to say, no, don't worry. Come, let's do meditation. So morning and evening, morning and evening. Next 7 days, masters. All I did was meditate with auntie, come back home, again sit for meditation. Sleep had no value because there was so much in meditation that I don't want to sleep. So I used to sit like 8 o'clock in the night and somewhere 3 in the morning, I would go and sleep. And then not only that, then auntie realized that she's now deep into it. Then she started saying, you should read books. Because I started asking her questions and she couldn't answer me. She said, Amma, you start reading books, you'll get all your answers because your transformation has gone so quick. I can't keep up to it. So as we all do, masters, the first book that came into my hand is Autobiography of a Yogi. And that's what auntie said. This is the book. You know what? I didn't even have questions where you can find it, whether it will be available in the library, bookstall, nothing. I know I'll get it. So I said, okay, auntie. I wrote down and I straight away went into the nearby library. I went to the librarian and said, look, I'm looking for this book. She said, oh, you want to help me? I said, no, I know. I don't know, masters, what I was talking, but that was the energy that I was dealing with in those days. I straight away went into that place where I knew the book was. I have never seen that book. And the book that I placed my hand on, with confidence I removed, it was Autobiography of a Yogi. Came back to the library. She said, you already found it? I said, yeah, I knew it was there. So she thought, okay, she must have picked the book earlier. But no, masters. I got the book. Within 24 hours, finished. Auntie, next book. Then auntie was like scratching her head. Oh my God, how do I keep her busy? And books started rolling. I was not interested in work. Who wants work? You're finding so much bliss in doing nothing. So book after book. And then came to me Lobsang Rampa's series. And once you enter into third eye, which we are doing with our Crystal Children Book Club now, our children are enjoying the third eye book. And I can remember every bit of it. So I read the third eye book and then, oh my God, This is a new word because Lobsang Rampa is a scientist, spiritual scientist. Any question? Answer is there. He will tell you everything scientifically. And that's what I wanted. I'm a science student. I'm an engineer, for God's sake. I need logic for everything. And here there was, logic for every silly question I had. And I started reading Third Eye. I couldn't keep it with myself. I used to wait for children to come home. What? 6-year-old daughter, 9-year-old son. You know what? I read this. You know what? We can do this. We can pick a stone and we can feel it, and we can know how many people touch the stone just by energy. But you know what? I think my children were as crazy as me. Every bit that I told, they would listen with interest. Mom, can you read us the next chapter? Can you read us the next chapter? So there were not 2 children at our home. 3. I was literally like a child, jumping in joy with every concept that Lobsang Rampa was sharing with me. And our bedtime story was no Tom and Jerry or, bananas in pajamas. It was always Lobsang Rampa books. So I read them Third Eye, page 1 to page last, and they would have their eyes open up. Mom, can this happen? I said, I know. I didn't know myself. I'm reading with you. All right, let's get the next book. How lucky I was. The library that I used to go had all Lobsang Rampa series, masters. I read all the 20 of it, not alone, but with my beautiful little children. So my spiritual journey is not my journey alone. It's journey of 3 of us, me and my 6-year-old and my 9-year-old. Today, masters, I am so proud that my children stood by me and enjoyed the journey that I was going on, because as we developed in our progression, it was not me spiritually developing, it was my 2 children developing at a faster pace than me. So what happened? I have 2 gurus in the family already. At the age of 10, my son was writing Karma Siddhanta. I used to have questions. How can karma be like that, Nikhil? I don't understand. Very easy, mom. And he would tell me the concept. I never questioned. 10-year-old, who are you to tell me? How can I question? Because we all learned at the same time. And they were grasping at a much higher pace because we have garbage within us. I had stored garbage for 30 years to be cleaned, but their garbage was only 9 years old and 6 years old. Easy for them to throw it out. So his concept about karma was absolutely perfect. And then I used to tell him we should write a paper on karma, Nikhil, because I've read so many books, nobody. He said, really, Ma? Okay. So I became one, and with them, I enjoyed the journey, masters. When I was writing along with him Karma Siddhanta, even today, I haven't found a better explanation for Karma Siddhanta than what Nikhil at the age of 10 gave me that day. And after that, every dinner time was, we don't talk about anything else. This is all. You know what I read today, Nikhil? And he would say, Mom, yeah, tell me what. So my daughter and my son, with every morsel they ate, I fed them spirituality. Not in a planned way, masters. There was no scheming. There was no planning. Genuine curiosity, genuine learning. Because I didn't want all this knowledge just for me. So much enjoyment. Why it should be limited to me? Let my children go along with me. I enjoyed every bit of it. That whole 2002, 2003 masters was like a Pandora's box, a treasure that we came across. And of course, work will come back. And already for 2 months, I absolutely didn't tell them whereabouts, and I was happily enjoying, but they were in touch with my husband. So their work has been very kind to me, masters. We have a very good understanding. It's always give and take. I had given them so much that it was time for me to take. And 2 months, I was absolutely not questioned. And then phone calls started coming. But I really need to tell you this fun bit. My work was so worried about me that they asked my husband, what are you doing about her? She said, she won't come to doctor. I don't know what crazy world she lives in. Because my husband didn't understand all that. My children used to get very angry when he said crazy word. Dad, you should also read Lobsang Rampa. It's so beautiful. So Harish was the only one who was outsider, and we 3 were ganging up. So I was having a gala time in this whole journey. So when my superiors started talking to Harish, they said, okay, if she's not listening to you, maybe we'll send counselor home. That way she won't be upset, like she can just make friends and start talking to Saroja. So I have to tell you this story, masters. Without this, it wouldn't be complete. So the counselor walks in. She introduces herself, and she says, "Look, I'm Rose, and I'm here to." She didn't say counseling because she thought if I say counseling, she'll kick me out of the house. So she said, "Look, just come here to visit you." I said, "Yeah, come in." So we sat in our living room. Children were in school. So I made her a nice cup of tea, and she's thinking, "Who is crazy? She's absolutely normal." And I would make her a nice masala chai. And of course, like most Westerners, they all enjoy masala chai. So I'm expert in masala chai. So anyone who comes to Melbourne, come over. You'll always get a promise, good masala chai. I'm very popular with that here in the community. So I gave her nice masala chai and then gave her a few snacks too. And I said, "Yeah, tell me about yourself." She's thinking, why is she asking me? I'm here to, but still she has to maintain that. So she would tell me about herself. Say, "Yes, Saroja, can you tell me about yourself?" So yeah, I would tell her. And all my conversation was about this beautiful transformation, this beautiful journey I was going through. All I wanted was somebody to listen. So she became my scapegoat. And she thought that by talking, I'm letting out all my stress and pressure up. So she thought, this is what I want her to talk. So she would come every day in the name of counseling. And here I would tell her about Anapanasati, tell her about autobiography of a yogi, tell her about third eye, tell her about power of now, you forever, doctor from Lhasa. 2 weeks happened, masters. She looked at my face and she said, "How can you be so happy?" This is the question she asked me after 2 weeks. I said to her, "I'm going through such a marvelous time. If you came 2 weeks back, you wouldn't have seen all this. I have found this new version of myself. I found this new version of this world." And she asked me, "What is this new version?" I spilled out everything. I said, "We are not living the real life, Rose. We are only seeing what our eyes are showing us. Go inside. There is a whole cosmos inside." And then I started telling her about things that I was talking, about our cosmos inside. Masters, what happened? A week later, I got a long email from her saying, "Saroja, I was sent to counsel you. I don't know what I achieved by being there. I don't know if I have counseled you or made any influence on you, but you, dear, have changed me completely. Now I understand what life is about. And I have quit my job and I'm going." She was coming to India for a couple of years. She wanted to understand life better. I want to understand what meditation is, and I have made my move. And I'm so thankful to you for bringing this transformation. I shared this, masters, because this is the world we live in. They may not understand our language, but when they see the happiness on our face, when they see the satisfaction in us, they do realize there is something happening in this person. I go and sit in the shopping centers. I'll be sitting in the bench, and definitely someone will come and sit next to me. Without my probing, the discussion will always be about spirituality. And then I teach them meditation just then and there. And I tell them, your purpose is done. This is the reason why you came and sat with me. Now you can go. Undoubtedly, every time, this is what happens, masters. So this is the beginning of my spiritual transformation, which is very dramatic. I do agree. But masters, my life has been dramatic. Every move in my life has been dramatic. So I think the universe knew nothing ordinary, nothing normal will really tick with her. It has to be very dramatic. So it brought like a force of drama on me. But I enjoyed it thoroughly. The happiness that I was gaining, masters, I wanted to share this with everyone. The first question that came into my mind, why so much sorrow? It is so easy to be happy. Why is this world in so much unhappiness? And this is the problem with me. If I get a thought, that's it. Action will happen. There is no gap between thought, words, and action. Things happen so simultaneously, master, even today. It only has to manifest. Once it manifests, you will see all the actions happening simultaneously. Then I thought, yes. They immediately started taking sessions. How? We had a temple close by. It's a church, which they changed into temple. I straight away went to the authorities and I said, I want to take this class. They said, what class are you going to? How to seek happiness. What rubbish is she talking about? So you're going to talk about happiness? I said, yeah. How to get happiness? Okay. I said, look, I'm not going to charge. It's free. I'm just going to talk, put the flyer on the notice board. Masters, they put the flyer on the notice board. Nobody knows me. I've never spoken before on this kind of mindfulness and things. You won't believe, I had 32 people when I opened up the session that day. Not that numbers really matter to me. I'm the kind of person, even one is enough, half is enough, nobody is enough. Because now I believe that the audience need not be physical. Oh, so much energy is around us. They're all waiting for these things to happen. So even if you close your eyes and keep talking, be rest assured there are millions of astral masters around us. But it takes time. It takes time for us to understand. You know, the ego says you need to count the numbers in front of you before you can speak. Otherwise, you know, you can't tick the box. So I was not in ticking the box kind of a area at that time. 32 people. Okay. I had this board, started drawing, because I knew about Panchakoshas. For me, little information like was a big treasure. Oh my God, Panchakoshas, I never knew. I thought I was this body. We got 4 more big koshas. Whatever I used to learn, workshop the next weekend, drawing, board. People loved it because I love talking. I love telling stories. And that talent really helped me, because any abstract issue, I would bring it forward so connectedly, so interestingly with stories. The public started growing. And that was the unofficial launch of Saroja's self-empowerment workshops. Masters, we think everything is coincidence. Nothing is coincidence. This was my divine plan, Masters. This is how I planned my life, my blueprint before I took birth. Everything had to happen that way. So exactly the time the spiritual transformation was to happen, everything stopped for me in that Chicago meeting room. Absolutely the time when I was supposed to go within me, that auntie met me. And exactly the time where I'm supposed to be useful to this world around me, the thought came, I'm so happy, why can't I share with? And Masters, that's where this Saroja Gullapalli came into this world in this form that you are seeing. Story goes on and on and on. It doesn't stop there. It's been a beautiful journey. Patri sir came into my life after that, because that madam knew Patri sir. So she saw my thirst for knowledge. She saw the way I was practicing. I started work, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Dineshji. I started work, but this time work was not a chore for me, because I realized work is just another thing. Till then, I felt like I had to live for work. But after the transformation, everything had its place. I went so happy back to work. You know something, Masters, I have to tell you this. I was due for another promotion just before this transformation happened. But that was taking so long. God knows why. It took more than 3 months. And it was irritating me. I think so much I'm giving and what's happening. Because materialistic world, it matters. Everything matters, you see. But 2 months I was at home doing nothing. And you know, my supervisor comes to my place, my director, and he said, Saroja, you're coming back to work. This is your promotion. And I thought, normally I should be jumping with joy, because I'd been waiting for 4 months for that promotion. Nothing happened, Masters. It was like somebody gave me jalebi. Okay, thank you. Give it to me. Okay, I'll share with my family. Thank you. Where was the reaction? Yes, I was happy. But really, did it matter? Nah, it wasn't going to make any change the life that I was leading. So he said, are you coming back to work? I said, of course. I went back to work. Totally changed person. When you change, Masters, the whole universe can feel it. Because you're not a physical being, you're an energy being. You have an energy being, and that energy flows out of you. Hello, Ravi sir. Yes, I know Aparna. Very nice. In question answer time, we will talk about. And that energy flows out of you. The whole world can see that. They can feel that, even if they don't understand energy mechanism. You know, sometimes we feel like talking to people. We like sitting. We like spending time with them. It is their energy. Sometimes we can't handle people. Even that is their energy. So I didn't realize that when I stepped into work, people were being drawn to me. People were coming with their problems. their personal problems, their work problems, their friend problems. And for me, it's very natural. Yeah. I didn't have the question, why are they coming to me? Am I their mentor? Am I their counselor? No. I would sit there. I had answers to every single question this world had. From where? Don't ask me. It was all coming from inside. It was like a fountain, masters. And as people started finding solution, my lunchtime became counseling time. I used to have my lunch and counsel people because they used to be like one after another, one after another. ExxonMobil is a very competitive, full of pressure environment, and I'm not surprised. But having that capability to answer their question in a way that they're not dependent on me anymore. Every answer that I gave them was so that it could be self-sufficient. They don't have to come back to me for future. And I slowly started talking to about how does this human being work? Without saying the word spirituality, I was really giving spiritual speeches at work. And then this went on for a year. And many of my colleagues who could not catch me up at work, they used to ring me up after work. Saroja, we are having this problem. You won't believe, masters, I used to come back from work at 6:30, finish cooking, feed my children, sit with them for their homework. It's 8:39, have my dinner, phone calls. Counseling phone calls non-stop. Sometimes you go till 12:01. But I was never tired. This was a different ball game. You never get tired in these kind of counselings because this is energy connection. The more you give, the more it comes from inside. It's not like those work-related issue where you work half an hour. Oh my God, my head is aching. No, you can work for 24 hours. You still won't get tired. And that was my unofficial starting of counseling, masters. I don't know, word of mouth went so far. Then I started getting counseling requests from US, from Europe, from India, everywhere. I don't know. My counseling profile became so big. Everything free. It was only free service. And I would go on and on and on and on for so long, masters. This Saroja self-empowerment workshop, I purposely called it self-empowerment because I did not want to use the word spirituality. Unfortunately, the world we live in, especially the developed world, spirituality word is a taboo. If you are into spirituality, that means you are a loser. I know, you know, we are not losers. But if I'm doing counseling and if I have to be helpful to the community, I do not want to be introduced in a way that people run away from me because I wanted to share happiness. I wanted this happiness to spread everywhere. So I thought, what am I doing here? If it's not spirituality, I'm empowering myself. I am self-empowering. Nobody's empowering me. By this knowledge, by this meditation, I'm making myself powerful. And this is self-empowerment. So the name was so simple, Saroja Self-Empowerment Workshops. So my Facebook page started Saroja Self-Empowerment Workshop. And then I started doing workshops. And that was, masters, we're running out of time, so I'll have to stop it here. But this is the problem. Ashok sir comes to me and says, Madam, can you talk about your journey? Okay, let's call this phase 1. If I'm lucky and if you're lucky, definitely our paths will cross. And I have to stick to the time, master.
So you can move forward, man. We love to hear this. We love to hear this. Please.
Are you sure? Does
Yes,
everyone want to listen, masters? Can you just put up a thumbs up or something? I don't want to bore you guys. All right, I'll go for a little while more. Thank you all. Yes, of course. I love to share this. So yes, and the self-empowerment workshops. So what happened, masters? While I was going through this beautiful journey, wherever I would go, I have a very big friend circle, by the way. Melbourne is a beautiful place. People get connected to heart, and friends are for lifetime. There's no friends for a day or two. Beautiful place. Melbourne is a livable town, the most livable town in the world, and the most beautiful people town too. I think everyone feels the same for their town, but I vouch for my town. So when I used to start going in my friend circle, without my knowledge, this knowledge started coming across because of my urge to help people. Wherever I would go, if my friends used to come and say, this is happening, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? That was enough, masters. And at that time, I'm just going to try to capture this as quickly as I possible. In this beautiful journey where I was doing workshops and sessions, you know what? My investment was zero physicality. That means no financial money. It was only my energy that was really required. And that I had plenty. So when I had to do workshops, and then people started coming up in big numbers from different suburbs in Melbourne, then I thought, okay, I have to start doing these sessions in different places. Guess what? Universe comes in the form of a university coordinator. She rings me up and she says, I understand you want to hold these self-empowerment sessions. We have our university campus, one in the east, one west, one north. We can give you our halls on the weekend and you can do your workshop. I said, what? Are you kidding? I was at a spot where I was happy to spend my own money to book a hall and do this. But they said, no, we are giving you. And I thought, wow. Then I started believing. If you have intention, universe will stand behind you in every way. And universe stood behind me. All I had to do was have the right intention to do things. Hall was free. Furniture was free. They used to supply coffee, tea, and biscuits too. What more, masters, we want? So many people, I used to joke and say, okay, if you're not interested in topic, come, let's have a cup of tea and free biscuits. What do you want? They like my sense of humor. I love laughing, masters. People who have heard me laugh, I'm no less than a Ghatoj Gaja. I laugh literally. I love laughing, open laugh. It makes you feel so good. You have no idea. Lock your doors if you're shy and laugh loudly. Everything comes out. Laughter is the best medicine, masters. And I thoroughly laugh. In my sessions on our Beyond Your Mind platform, they are so beautiful. They say, madam, we love your laughter. Whether they love it or not, I love it. It's beautiful because it purges out all those things that we keep in our mind. So laugh, masters, once in a while, just laugh, laugh, laugh. Life is beautiful. We are the one who is making it complicated. Life itself is wonderful, masters. So yes, everything is coming free. So even those people who used to come for a cup of coffee, many want to escape from home. 5 days enough work, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, let's go and enjoy with Saroja. They used to come. Cup of tea, biscuits, and the sessions, they used to get roped in. That is how this Saroja self-empowerment kept going and going, masters. Till 1 year, universe had different things in mind. Universe realized she has to go beyond. She can't keep all her knowledge and her sharing right in Melbourne. It's time. The world needs her. And by then, the other part was, as I didn't have much time to share, I met in a very miraculous way with Patri sir in one of the Dhyana Mahachakra. Obviously, if you need more, read my book. I have written very, very detailed. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, where is my book? It's a free copy on www.beyondyourmind.org. That's my website. Just on the home page, there is a PDF copy of my book called Red Rose, The Red Rose. So all you have to do is just go www.beyondyourmind.org, homepage, book, download it, free download, read the book, because I'm squeezing everything. There's so much I would love and sit and tell you, but time is important because Ashok sir, yeah, we have promised him, isn't it? So then what happens? I met, thank you, Gangadhar sir. Gangadhar sir, also please put my YouTube channel link as well. If somebody wants, they can really go through that. So, well, then what happens? Pati sir comes into my life in a very, very, very mysterious way. I'm in Dhyana Mahachakra and I'm sitting there, last row, not Dhyana Mahachakra. Those days it was not Dhyana Mahachakra, Dhyana Sabha in Hyderabad. Dhyana Mahachakras has only started last 8-9 years, but before that it was Dhyana Sabha. So 2004, December, I thought, okay, this auntie is telling me so much, Patri sir, Patri sir, Patri sir. Okay, who is this man? Let's go. I've seen his picture, bearded. All right. All these masters are bearded except me. I don't have any beard. That's fine. I'll go and sit in the last row. So I sat in the last row. And at the end of the session, this man walks down all the way from the stage. And I'm thinking, where is he coming? He comes all the way to me. So many people, man. This is like the Hyderabad parade grounds. I'm in the last row. He comes straight to me. He pulls a chair, sits down. Where are you from, madam? Melbourne. I can't talk because, too much. When emotions are till here, no words come out. Same with him. We both sitting down. For next half an hour, we just sat down. I didn't talk, he didn't talk. But that's enough. Energy exchange is beautiful, masters. You don't need words for that. So that's how Patriji came into my life. And after that, I've been to Dhyana Sabha so many times. I've spoken there. So you people know, Patriji is a very good friend of mine. He's a guide, he's a philosopher, he's a friend, it's amazing. So because I need to tell every part of my life, so a little bit that side too. Now coming back to where I left. Now this was the time when universe thought, Saroja, enough of your homegrown stuff. You have done enough in Melbourne. Time for you to move on. Guess what happens, masters? One day, normally, we have a double-story house. Bedroom is upstairs. Normally, I would have gone up and down that stairs million times. That evening, I'm getting down the stairs and I roll over from the step. I have a major accident. I have broken my right leg bone in 3 places. I mean, I didn't realize then. This was after the X-ray. So a lot of us advised they need to put a big steel rod and all that, but I refused. I said, nah, it'll be fine. I'm not going to get any steel rod. It's a long story. Maybe I should tell a little bit. Yeah, I won't skip this one because it'll really help you. You know what, masters? So deep into what I was talking, I believed everything that I spoke. And those days I used to talk about forgiveness. I used to talk about how important it is to forgive everybody. Because we're not forgiving others for them, masters, for their sake. We forgive people for our own sake. Because when we don't forgive, we have blocks, emotional blocks in our mano maya kosha. Like I said, pancha koshas, my favorite topic. So we all have a physical body. Then we have the energy body. Then we have a mental body. So this mental body is the third body. So when we have all these stupid emotions, that tie us in knots, I hate you, I don't like you, I'm angry, all these emotions, what happens is they become big blocks in our manomaya kosha, which is our mental body. And once the block starts, fixing there, nice, they make home, then slowly that effect starts coming up on the next body, which is our pranamaya kosha, energy body. Pranamaya kosha is where your cosmic energy is flowing. And when that impact starts coming on your pranamaya kosha, blocks, the energy will stop flowing. Wherever manomaya kosha is getting complicated, your pranamaya kosha will start reflecting it. And once your pranamaya kosha energy stops flowing in different channels, very soon you will see that on your annamaya kosha, which is your physical body. That much all these bodies are tied up. And that was why I was so eager to do these sessions. Guys, you have no idea. If energy doesn't flow, you will have cancer. The stupid woman talking about cancer laughingly. Yes, because if you don't understand now, you have to cry later. You should see my face when I used to give those first sessions about panchakoshas. Come on, man, we have found a treasure. For me, it was a treasure, masters. And I want everyone to understand. So I used to like, did you understand or not? Nobody could leave my class without saying, I don't understand, I have a question. No, I will beat them through death with knowledge if they say no. That much passionate I was. So when I started rolling down, masters, an excruciating pain came in my right foot because the bone was cut, breaking, because my right foot got stuck on the top step and I started rolling and I couldn't pull my leg. And that was putting pressure on my bone and it was breaking. And then excruciating pain. So I fainted, masters, because I couldn't take the pain and I fainted. My husband and my daughter, they heard the big noise, so they came running. And they saw me and said, Mommy, I fainted in their hands. My daughter was literally with my leg. One thing I said, don't touch my leg. I know something has happened and I fainted. Then they got a glass of water. They gave me water. I drank water and then I got up. And guys, pain was excruciating. Bone, 3 places, if it has broken, has to be excruciating. And you know what I did the first thing, masters? This is what I did. I held my hands like this and I asked for forgiveness to all those people, because I know this is my karma. I must have given this much pain to God knows who in my which life. I don't know. This life, I thought I haven't been this nasty to give this much pain, but definitely in my sanchita karma, in my karma bag somewhere, I have done this to somebody. If I am screaming with pain, what would have been their situation? So this is what I was doing. Please forgive me, because now I understand what this pain is. Unknowingly, for what I have done, can you please forgive me? Second round, my husband thought second round of madness. She's gone mad again. Because who starts mumbling and praying when the bone is broken? Because he doesn't know what is happening. But this is the beauty of universe, masters. The moment I finished praying, the pain was gone totally, completely. And then I opened my eyes and started smiling at my daughter. And she said, Amma, are you okay? I said, yeah, now I'm okay. But you fainted. I said, yeah, I was in too much pain. Don't you have the pain? And by the way, she's a doctor. So she started using her terminology. On the scale of 1 to 10, what is your pain like? I said, I was feeling a bit like, what should I say to her? Maybe 5. Mom, are you sure? No, maybe 4. She meant I would increase the pain, but I was like reducing it. I said 4. Then she said, are you sure? No, actually, Navya, I think it is 2. Mom, you think properly. Because depending on that, I have to make a call to take you to emergency or not. I said, actually, Navya, I don't have any pain. I'm lying. It is actually close to 0. And both father and daughter look at each other. They don't know what to do. They said, can you walk? I said, I can. But she said, no, mom, your right leg is totally swollen. I don't want you to take any load on that. It could be a big sprain. So they helped me. My left was okay. So I hopped on my left leg on the couch. I slept. Shall we go to doctor? I said, no, I don't have any pain. You know, this is going to go away. But my leg had become this big, and having a home doctor, you know, doesn't help. They don't listen. So she took me to the close by surgery. And when they took the x-ray and they found nasty fractures, the doctor and the radiologist literally dropped dead. They didn't know whether I have too much pain tolerance or I'm an idiot that I can't realize that. But universe, masters, universe stood by me and was helping me in every way. The doctor said, you can't feel the pain. Your bone is broken in 3 places. We have to put a rod. I said, I don't know. I don't have any pain. But now that it was decided that my bone is broken, I can't move out of the bed. 3 months, no moving except for the nature's call. Once in a while shower, rest of the time. So this is the story. And I'm thinking, my husband is saying, oh my God, now for such an active person, this is going to be a challenge. How is she going to? For me, oh my God, I can read books. So many books I have got. When am I going to read this? I said, don't worry. My husband is going to cook. I don't have any work. You know, this is like a forced holiday for me. And he thought, are you crazy? You're going to be in bed. No, I've got so many books. Masters, little did I know that universe had such big plans behind this. It only took me 2 days. Third day, I used to meditate even while sleeping. Third day, because I was getting messages from all over. Madam, are you all right? Oh, we're going to miss your classes and all that. Oh, don't cry. Thank you. So I thought, no, why am I doing this? I'm not doing anything. I can do online classes. First time this online class thing came to me. I'm not an IT person, master, so I don't know much about many platforms. But I knew this is almost 6-7 years back, masters. Now in COVID, everyone has become a Zoom expert. But that time I didn't know what is Zoom. So I shared with one of my friends and I said, you're from IT. I could do online classes. What platform should I use? She said, we have used Zoom 1 or twice at work. It's very easy. Maybe you want to try. So she came home. She showed me. That's it, masters. We started off online classes, Zoom classes. Many people didn't know how to do Zoom. They used to ring up, madam, how do we join? I will train you. I have got plenty of time. So I trained everybody what is Zoom, how to get a, how to log in, what to do. Nobody knew. Even I didn't know how to share your PowerPoint packages. But who cares? We started off somewhere. We thought we started small, but we were big, masters. Now, because it was online, I used to have like 150 participants from US. But I realized that I had a limitation of 100 on Zoom. And people were calling us, oh my God, we can't log in, we can't log in. What do we do? Then I talked to my friend. How come, my friends are not able to join? Said, you can't have more than 100. You have to, do something more. So what I'm saying is, this online thing, it came to me at a time where the world needed this knowledge, masters. And for that, I had to sacrifice my leg, which is not a big deal. Okay, 3 months in bed, no problem. I enjoyed it. I read about quantum physics back to front to back. It's my favorite subject. Where would I found a time to read such amazing things? So I was so thankful to universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then the whole world became my friend because online. So I used to only give English sessions because comfortable in English and because I was getting people from US, Europe, Australia, so English. And then this madam used to attend my workshop every time. Her name is Vijay Lakshmi. And I'm sure she's here somewhere. If you find the name Vijay Lakshmi, if she must be the same woman. She used to attend every workshop, whether she understood English or not. And one day she sent a message, Amma, you should do in Telugu too. And I said, who will attend Telugu? I didn't know anything, masters. Like, who will attend Telugu? My English is okay, but I'm not sure about my Telugu because I spent all my life in North India. I always thought my Telugu is not up to the mark. And she said, Amma, you just open a session. I will bring people. There are people waiting for your knowledge. And thanks to this Vijay Lakshmi madam, I can't look at the participants at the moment, but I'm sure Vijay Lakshmi madam is there. And again, my humble pranams to her because she didn't come small, masters. She came big. She came like a downpour. Those were the days where I was getting used to WhatsApp myself. I had an English WhatsApp group which had crossed 250 people, and we were opening another WhatsApp group in English. And she said, Amma, please open a WhatsApp group in Telugu. I said, I know only you in Telugu. Why we need a WhatsApp group? She said, you open. I opened. SC means Saroja Self-Empowered. SSC group 1. Masters, within 24 hours, next day morning, I get up, 255 finished. Amma, can I open group number 2? I said, is she kidding? What is she talking about? I don't know any of them. I had to hold her. I said, no, let's start workshop first. And I started Telugu workshops. Masters, these Telugu people came with open arms because they had seen me in, PMC videos, Dhyana Sabha. I didn't know them personally, but they felt they knew me personally. And this Vijay Lakshmi madam, there was no stop. Group 2, group 3, group 4, I don't know. She brought like a whole universe energy along with her. So that breaking of leg, masters, was this global platform to be opened. We opened this global platform, still calling it Saroja Self-Empowerment. And then as the time passed by, sitting in meditation, this vision came through. Now I'm fast forwarding it very fast because looking at Ashok sir's face, he must be looking at watch and thinking her story has not even progressed an inch. What do I do with her? But fast forwarding couple of years, masters, by then, multiple WhatsApp groups, multiple online Zoom sessions going left, right, and center. And honestly, thanks to my US friends, when I used to do my sessions, we would sit for 8 hours. Even after 8 hours, can we close this? Madam, just one more question, madam. When people are so much interested, how can I close my sessions, masters? I know my sessions all night I have done without getting tired. And next morning I would do another session for UK. My throat would go hoarse because of my talking. but I was full of energy. That is what you get in spirituality, masters. If you ask, what do you get? You get happiness. You get beautiful family. And you get this burst of energy, never runs out. The more you give, the more it comes. And then I was sitting in this meditation, masters, a few years back. And suddenly I saw this big hall with a big oval shaped table and two long, very tall human beings. They've got something in their hands and they're talking to each other. And they were talking about my work. They're talking about Saroja's self-empowerment workshops. And I'm there saying, yeah, that's me. But nobody is listening to me. We don't see you, you just listen. Yeah, now this has to go universe-wide. This is the exact word they said. This has to become an academy, a university. Look at the information that is being shared in Saroja's self-empowerment workshops. This is a universe type material. One person is saying to others, then the other person is saying, yes, yes, yes. Academy has to be opened. And they kept on talking about me and my work, but nobody is listening to me. So I carefully listened to them. And then I came out of my meditation. I'm so excited. I don't know what I've seen. I know there is a message for me to do something big. And they are talking about, a big academy for children, for youth. But I don't understand, what I saw was not enough for me to. And I'm brushing my teeth. This is morning. I'm brushing my teeth and I get a phone call. And I pick the call. And this is one of my long-standing friends in the group. He's from US. His name is Sridhar. Very, very good soulmates, a very valuable family member of Beyond Your Mind. And he says, madam, you won't believe what I saw. I said, what happened? I said, I just finished my meditation. I said, okay. You know what I saw in my vision? I said, what? Madam, there are these three people who have got big A3 size papers. And they're talking, they've got plans, they're writing about our workshops, madam. And they're saying this has to become a big university. Oh my God, my jaw dropped. I thought, oh my God, I also saw the same thing. But I'm still goosebumps. I can't share with this man. What do I do? I said, Sridhar, what else? I was very composed, cheating. Okay, Sridhar, what else did you see? Because I don't know what to do. So I'm asking him, what else did you see? And this man said, madam, I could crystal clear here. They said, this academy will be catering to everybody from 0 years to 99 plus years. Madam, I was asking them, what is 0, what is 99 plus? But they're not listening to me. They're ignoring me. I thought in my mind, yeah, they ignored me too. So don't worry, we both are same. So, but I can't tell all this. I have to hold my composure because he's also telling my goosebumps. He said, madam, 0, 99 plus, what is this? What else, Sridhar? What else did they say? Then he said, madam, they started walking. I followed them. They went into a cave and I tried to go behind them. The door locked. There was a big rock. I could not go inside. I thought, bloody hell. If only he could go inside the cave, we could have got a little bit more information. Sridhar, how could you do this? Stop at the gate. Now we are stuck. So then he said, madam, we have to do something. Then I slowly told Sridhar, same time I also saw a similar vision. And I told him the same. He said, oh, madam, I'm getting goosebumps. I said, I'm getting double goosebumps because now you're giving me more information. And then, masters, I knew I can't get this information just by scratching my head. So I started sitting in meditation for the next week completely. Give me more, give me more. Yes, you have told me what to do, but more. And then everything started becoming crystal clear. 0 means those souls who are getting prepared to come into this planet, into this dimension. I have to start giving training to even those parents. That is 0. Even before a child is born, I have to prepare the. I thought, oh my God, so this is just not teaching children. This is conscious parenting classes. I've never done conscious parenting classes, never. But to that respect, I hadn't even done a children class. So I have some idea what to teach children, but what is this? And then After I got clarity, I rang Sridhar up. Sridhar, this is what 00 is. We have to start giving parenting classes for parents. Oh, madam, that is so beautiful. This is what they meant for 00. So I said, Sridhar, now I don't know how to start. Fortunately, Sridhar is an IT person. What I lack, he knows completely. Madam, I'll make Google form. Don't worry. Next day, he made a Google form and we floated in the groups. And I thought, okay, it will take time for people to come. Within 3 weeks, 700 children registered for Crystal Children Corner Academy, and parents, masters, 450 parents for parenting class. What do? I got parents, I got children. Now what? So we thought, okay, now we have to open our website. Now this information has to go formally out. I need volunteers. I can sit alone and start teaching. I believe in myself. I believe in universe. But now looking at the numbers, I knew the time has come where I have to go big. Till that point, Saroja was doing all the workshops, everything on her own, because I could manage, masters. Universe gave me so much energy. Then we have to open website. What do I call? Okay. The reason I didn't want to use it Saroja self-empowerment, because I felt now it is no longer Saroja. It is much bigger. So it can't be Saroja self-empowerment. It has to be someone else's. Now it is global. So I sat in meditation, masters. I had to sit for a complete week. And then the information came when I was going through the shower. Beyond your mind. All our belief system, all our limitations are in this mind. When we can transcend our mind, we see our true form, who we are. And that information came flooding in at a eureka moment. Archimedes also got his principle in shower. So I can't compare myself to Archimedes, but of course, the Beyond Your Mind Foundation name came after meditation when I was in the shower. Beautiful. Go beyond your mind to know your true nature. What better? So that day, we launched Beyond Your Mind Foundation website. And the first thing we did was, okay, Crystal Children Corner Academy. So what do we call? And by then I was getting a lot of channeling messages through my friends and through my known people saying, this generation of children is Crystal generation. One before that is Indigo generation. So I was getting so much information through my friends and through channels. Of course, I know what to call them. Children of this age are Crystal. So I called our Crystal Children Corner Academy. Now, Sridhar sir said, Madam, all IT help I will do, Google form, everything. After that, I don't know. Yes, that is true, Sridhar. What do we do? So when I did Crystal Children Corner Academy, and I started sharing, another one like me came into existence. That is Gangadhar sir. He's here on this platform today. He started calling me, Madam, I want to do something for children, something for children. I can't share with him Crystal Children Corner Academy because I need more plan. I said, Gangadhar, please, do meditation, keep your intention. I'm not discussing this because it was making me restless. I said, wait for 10 days. Then you will get your answer. Poor fellow waited for 10 days, meditating, thinking, contemplating, putting on 10th day we joined. This is what it is. I had full agenda, complete. Nothing. It didn't come from here, masters. It came beyond. It came from universe, because universe wanted this academy, not me. It told me you have to have a classroom for children 5 to 9 years old, which we call Moonstone, children 10 to 13, Amethyst, 14 to 17. Every name is a crystal name. So beautiful, masters. And I told Gangadhar, so beautiful. Look at the names. Okay. Where do we get the teachers from? 770 students already there. Saroja madam can't sit every class and tell. No, it has to go beyond. It has to. Gangadhar, put in the groups. We want volunteers. You know, masters, within a week, 60 volunteers came. Half of them housewives. They have never taught anywhere. Madam, we want to do, but we don't know anything. Don't worry. Just come in. I will train you. I will train you. Beautiful souls came forward, masters. In 3 weeks, Gangadhar and I had complete agenda. What we do, how we do. These beautiful souls got trained within a month. Within a month. We launched our Crystal Children Corner Academy. We had absolutely wonderful topic about gratitude, about know your divinity, oneness, emotion management, anger, fear. Not one thing, Masters, is a 13-week curriculum. Absolutely wonderful topics coming. And it is not our product, it is Universe's product. And when we started the class, we thought, how are we going to tell this information to 5-year-old? They are not joke. They are much more evolved than us. Our teachers, with their beautiful smile, with their patience, evergreen patience, they continued this 60 people. So how do we set the timing? Some students from Australia, some from India, some from US. So Gangadhar, we have to have 3 zones. English zone 1 for Australia, Asia, Gulf countries. English zone 2 for US, Europe, Canada. And then a Telugu zone, because in 2 languages we have to do. Children are asking, we want Telugu classes. Then Hindi they are asking. I said, oh, let's put Hindi on hold first. Let's look after English and Telugu. So English and Hindi. And then 3 zones, we brought 3 zones. That means 9 classrooms. Every zone has 3 classrooms. Never ever thought, how is it going to happen? I had so much faith in these volunteers. And there were women who said, Amma, we never taught. Some were not even educated. Like when I say graduation education, I said, you don't need anything. All you need is an open mind and willingness to learn. I will train you. Masters, I'm so proud of all these masters. Today, if they talk, people are silent and they listen. Not only children, adults listen to them because they have become authority in their subject. So that was our Crystal Children Corner Academy. Spiritual parenting started. So I said, okay, parenting classes I will take. So we had again 4 categories. One is for couples who want to have. So we started calling them Rose class. Then for mothers who are pregnant, we call them Ruby. And then for parents who want to learn about parenting with their little children 0 to 5 years old, we call them Sapphire. And then the 4th category was Emerald. Actually, I didn't want to open Emerald. I thought I will stop till 5. But then parents came back. What about, we have teenagers, we don't know what to do. Okay, 4th category, everybody else. You know, masters, when I do spiritual parenting class, I enjoy thoroughly. Such a beautiful subject. Those great masters who have come through you. So nice to listen to everyone, you know. How can we be better parents? We just had a recent session on Saturday, a Q&A session on spiritual parenting. It went so beautiful. Nobody wanted to leave. 3 hours passed. I've got 2 more questions. So we had to postpone. Okay, we'll have another Q&A session. But behind all the spiritual parenting masters, universe sends you the support. And my support for spiritual parenting was Deepti madam from Singapore. She came like an angel. Because I can talk, I can hold the classes, but so much coordination is required behind the scenes to register for the registrations, for stuff. Where do I get the time? I always say one thing to universe. I'm here for service, but you provide the support. I demand. You give me support, I'll do it. Like I fight with the universe. Now I tell everybody, go fight with the universe. No, it's okay. So I fight with the universe. You want me to do service? You give me help. There came Deepti madam from Singapore. She came into my life so magically. And so beautiful soul, such an evolved soul. There she stood by. She took all the background work for spiritual parenting. So for me, it became easy. She does everything. I come and give the session. She became such a great connected soul in spiritual parenting that now people are so connected with Deepti madam. That is what happens, masters. When you do things like that, your energy raises. And we are doing this. And there's one important thing that I have to tell. Masters are coming up and saying, we should do daily meditation. So I said, okay, if you're interested, but I thought, who will have interest to do everyday meditation? Underestimation. We started with full moon meditation, just like that one day. And we all guided. Next day morning, they're saying, no, we want to do again. So we started with 1 session, daily guided meditation. In a week, second master, I also want to do. I also want to do. The leaders, the guided leaders are increasing. So we started doing guided meditation for Telugu, for English, and then Saroj madam came out from nowhere. Madam, I will do Hindi too. There she was. Okay. Who am I to stop when universe is sending them? So now, masters, on our platform, we have 9 daily guided meditation, English, Telugu, and Hindi. Clockwork. Not one person will say, oh, I'm tired, exhausted, every day, same thing. No. In fact, I think about them. I always tell them, if anyone is getting bored, it's okay. Tell me. I understand. It's not like weekend workshops, masters. Every day. Shailaja madam from India and Deepthi madam from Singapore, they start India time 4 to 5 every day. Not one day have they come to me and say, madam, do we have to wake up today 4 o'clock? No, things don't even come to me. If one can't do, they will find their replacement. I thought 4 to 5 is early. Then this crazy woman, Vijayalakshmi madam, she came. Oh, madam, we need more. We need 5 to 6 also. Amma, how many things you want to do? You're already neck deep. No, I want to do 5 to 6. So 5 to 6 started. Then somebody said, no, we want to 6 to 7. 3 hours we want to do. Why am I explaining all this? Because, masters, we get tired of doing things physically. But this is not physical world we are talking about. Energy. I know today in these sessions, there are so many who are part of that guided meditation session. Their day starts at 4 India time, goes all the way till 12. 9 get guided meditation throughout. As if that wasn't enough, our little masters from Crystal Children Corner Academy, they got trained for guiding meditation. You know who they guide? They guide children. I always had this vision that children should do meditation, but we shouldn't guide. Children should guide children. I have a whole team of little children who have trained to be guided masters. And Sushma madam, who is there today, I can see her. She took the leadership. She said, I will train the children so that they will become little Buddhas to guide the children. So today, masters, daily 4 guided meditation for children. We adults don't do anything. Children, they will sit like clockwork and they will guide children. What a beautiful concept. Children guiding children. Where do I start and where do I stop? How can this 1.5 hours do justice to all this beautiful energy, this beautiful scheme that universe is doing with us, masters? In a nutshell, I can only say, Beyond Your Mind Foundation has helped me to connect to the whole universe, which I never dreamt in my life that this would be part of my life. Life is bliss. If you make it bliss, it is all in our hands. It is our choice. And just when I'm about to say goodbye to you on this session, we started an amazing project 3 months back. Masters, every time I think we have launched a new project, we work hard, but not without pleasure. We work hard with pleasure, all of us. And just when it is perfect, universe sends something else. Just last November, when we thought, we have done 3 batches now, 4th batch, we are fully ready. Same Kottina Pindi, same knowledge. Yeah, come on, teachers. That wasn't enough. Universe said, you're relaxing. No relaxation for you. Come on, next. Masters, orphanages and juvenile homes started coming to us saying, we would like the knowledge that you are giving to children in this whole wide world. Another amazing master who starts the 4 to 5 p.m. meditation, Shailaja madam from Visakhapatnam, she came up and she started this beautiful initiative. So now we have taken Crystal Children Corner Academy into orphanages, into juvenile homes. We made an executive committee because this is the first time we are going into orphanages. We wanted to make sure that university with these amazing souls, we do right thing for them. So I made an executive committee. And how did I make executive committee, masters? I closed my eyes and asked universe, what do we do? You tell me. And 5 phases came in my vision, and I knew these are the 5 people who will take. So I called them executive committee. We have to give some name, but they are the soul behind it. Amazing people. And today, so we have to give, we said, okay, this is an amazing project. And every day we are taking class for these orphanages, and every morning is a new morning for these children. So we will call this project Navodaya, new morning. So this project that we have taken up in orphanages and juvenile homes is Navodaya BYM. And we have just put our flag in Visakhapatnam with 2 orphanages and juvenile homes. And now we have starting in Nellore, Anantapur. This is just going, masters. We are not scheming or planning anything. Universe is just giving us okay. Why? Because it's not me, masters. It is all those masters who are eagerly waiting to serve. They are amazing people, masters. You should meet them. They are never tired of serving. I tell them, go slow, go slow. I'll be asking them because I feel like I'm a mother. They're all my children. I have to look after them. So I keep telling them, it's too much, take a break. 2 months, you don't do anything. Recently, one of the masters had an accident. She still wants to do online classes. No, you take rest. She took rest for 10 days, 11th day. Amma, can I please do it? Can I please do it? How can you stop these people? Can you? No, I can't. They are like flood masters. Such a beautiful family, such a beautiful journey. Where does it stop, masters? I am so happy that in this incarnation, I had a chance to come up with this kind of a divine plan to meet all you great souls. I know each one of you are very evolved. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking to you. So happy to have connected to you all. And thank you very much. I don't want to go any further. I'm just beyond time. So I'd like to stop it here. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much, masters. And thank you, Ashok sir, for giving this great opportunity today.
Well, namaskaram. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a beautiful journey that you have been shared with us, and no words. So, Parmeshwaran sir.
Okay, Ashok sir, it is 2:15 in the afternoon for us, and my husband will be waiting for me to have lunch.
Sure.
So I will take two questions. Definitely, I'll take 2 questions, but then I don't want to penalize him. I'm already late, so I'll take 2 questions and then stop. Thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah, who wants to go for the
question? Can be questions, feedback, or anything, masters. Need not be questions alone. You can share. Thank you very much.
Yes, Ravi Muktanini sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Thank you, Saroja, madam. I mean, we were definitely connected through our souls. So I have a curious question about Harish sir, and what is he? Is he in the spiritual journey along with you? I know that you 3, your kids and you are in this journey, from a long time back. And how was his transformation?
A very, very nice question. I'm glad you asked. I would answer in 2 different ways. Number 1, if I am in this journey for this long, 2002, 2022, almost 20 years, isn't it? If I'm in this journey for this long, I'm sorry, 20 years. Definitely without his support, Ravi, I would not be doing what I'm doing. It wouldn't be possible. You can argue, you can fight, you can still do it, but it won't happen with this much of pleasure. Whatever I'm doing today is only because of his support, because of his rock support behind me. Now, I gave you, because of the time constraints, I had to really give you only a few snippets, so I couldn't really talk about him much. Though initially, as we were going along this journey, it was a journey of me and my children, but it didn't take long for him to join the bandwagon. Couple of years.
Yeah.
Because we used to meditate. I and my children used to sit and meditate.
Right.
Very soon he realized, if she's so happy, nothing is really bothering her, something must be there in what she's doing. This is how people start. Even the outside people also, they think, okay, she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she's not doing any drugs. So there was something that she's happy about. Let's find out. So of course, he's my husband, so he knows that I don't do any intoxication. So things are going so well. Work is not pressurizing, and I'm always happy. So he did ask me questions. He said, what is happening? What does meditation mean? And I slowly, the way I am, I can't keep it to me. And I said, no, you should meditate, Harish, you should meditate. He's kind of a person who does it all within himself, his own style. He's not a person of show. So whatever he does, he just does it in his own way. And he started that way. He never used to tell us that he was meditating, but he started.
Yeah.
And once you start, there's no going back, Ravi, because you
Right.
see how it benefits you. It was benefiting him in so many ways.
Yeah.
And
So
to answer your question, yes, he joined the bandwagon in his own way. But having said that, he will still not come out in the limelight and talk about it.
Yeah.
His purpose for me in this work is to be my rock support. He'll do everything to make sure that I do what I want to do.
Right.
Even at home, like I have late night classes, late night sessions, because I cater to all around the world. I need a lot of support, to bring up children from that young age to where they are today in their 20s. Without his support, I could not have done anything. So when they gave me this Brahma Vidwan Mani title in the last Dhyana Mahachakra and first Mahila Dhyana Mahachakra, in my whole speech only talks about him, because the world sees what I am doing. They can't see
the support.
his support and his groundwork that has enabled me to do this. And I owe him a big one. And I know that he came into my life only for this purpose, so that both of us partnership would enable us to do what I'm able to do. See, I'll quote this example, Ravi. This is a beautiful example. If people who hear 1,000 Seeds of Joy, which I do wisdom sharing every Wednesday from India time 3 o'clock to 5, it's become a big hit. I do in Telugu, and now I started in Hindi as well in PMC. One of the aspects that Mahalakshmi Devi has told in her incarnation as Radha, she has mentioned that the relationship between Radha and Krishna is a very, very beautiful relationship. They both are equal. Their energies are equal. They kind of do it in harmony with each other. Their main purpose is Loka Kalyanam, that is to look after the healing of the earth. The way they do is, when Krishna is busy with things, Radha will be healing the earth. When Radha is busy with other things, Krishna will be healing. So they take alternate roles. But both together do this wonderful cosmic dance, the result of which is healing the earth. The reason I'm telling this is because the question that's asked in this book is, if you as Radha have done so much of work, then how come we never heard anything about you? Everything, all the spiritual knowledge that has been given is only through Krishna, through Bhagavad Gita or through some other way of his life. We have learned so much. But Amma, you are saying that you both are spiritually equal, and everything that happened in that yuga was a combination. You know what a beautiful thing Mahadevi Lakshmi says? She says that was our divine plan. In his divine plan, he was supposed to express. In my divine plan, my plan was to support him energetically. So according to my plan, I was not there to beat my drum or talk about what this was about. It was his part. He played it. And that example just came to me now. Exactly, that's how our relationship is. There, maybe talking was Krishna's bit. Here, talking is my bit, Ravi.
Okay.
He is doing what Radha did for Krishna. Genders may be opposite, but doesn't matter. I see the partnership exactly the same way. I could not have given you example if this session happened previous week. We only talked about it last Wednesday, and it just came into my mind that this is how partnerships happen. Everyone do their job for this world goodness. I hope I've answered your question.
Please convey our sincere gratitude to Harish sir and your children. So I'm a friend of Aparna Sanam. She's my schoolmate, and I hope to come to Melbourne and meet you in person next year. Hopefully, I was in Melbourne a couple of times during 2001, but it's a beautiful garden city. I plan to come back. Thank you.
I'm so happy. Yes, Aparna is a very good friend of mine, and she lives very close by. And I really hope that we can meet you sometime in Melbourne. And very nice talking to you. And I'll definitely let Aparna know that I spoke to you.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. So it's a pleasure having you on as part of our soul family.
Same here, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Upendra sir, please go, sir.
Thank you, Ashok sir. Saroja ma'am,
Namaste,
mom, we call her mom, ma'am. It is you have seen both the Eastern world and the Western world because of your tenure all over the world. Why is that there is so much of hesitation in accepting some of the truths that they are saying in the Western world. Is that because there's so much of poverty, so much of homelessness, so many people with so many problems, especially after COVID and before COVID, pandemic and psychological problems. But there's so much of denial that there is something beyond the laws of physics. And it always perturbs me. I'm a beginner for meditation, and you can consider me a child.
Child is a beautiful thing. They just learn everything so well because they're a clean sponge. It's very easy, sir. You're a beautiful face. You're at a beautiful phase. I just want to clarify your question. Are you saying why there's denial just in Western world or in the humanity in general?
In the humanity in general, I think the Western world completely dismisses anything that is Eastern, and everything starts at a certain point.
Yes, yes. Sir, so I would like to categorize. When we are talking about Western world, there are two categories. One category where the majority is, and there's one category which is not 1%. They are also part of this Western world, but they are kind of a very secret society, I would say. For a minute, let's call them category B. Let's hold them there. We'll talk about category A first, the people that we deal with most of the time. Give you an answer in the right perspective. What they are doing is right, sir, for where they are in their physical development phase. Why? Because this whole humanity is going through a time cycle. I may use some terminology which you may find it difficult, but I'll try to explain as I go on. What happens to us is, as the time started with humanity, we were all a very matriarchal society. Matriarchal doesn't mean female oriented or anything. In each human being, we have both male energies and female energies. So we have both, whether it's male or female, both energies are there. It's not the outward appearance, it's the inward energy balance. Over the time, it started off as matriarchal society where women took the leadership, not in terms of power, but in terms of spiritual thinking. Their interest was, how can we keep close to our divine purpose? And they led the society. Over the time, and why it happened? Because that is the time cycle. It's called Kala Chakra. If you're really interested, sir, read book of Journey in Time of Dena Mariam Madam. Beautifully explained. You know, if you read the book, it'll be in more detail of what I'm saying in such a short time. From matriarchal society, we moved on along the time into a patriarchal society. The speciality of patriarchal society is outwardness, external. Matriarchal, female energies are always inward oriented. Male energies are always outward oriented. So from a matriarchal society, when we stepped into a patriarchal society, obviously the male energies took the domination and the pursuit was outside. We need to know outside. We need to start creation. Creation is always outside. Creation does not happen inside. So what is good, what is bad? Nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is perfect. When we started our patriarchal society, the idea was expand creation. So creation, aggressiveness, all happens when the patriarchal energies are more. So what happens, sir, if you take a pendulum, it goes from one direction to other direction and then it comes in middle. Because it knows its limit, physics rules. But if the pendulum goes more onto one side, more than that is required, then coming back will be slower. That is what happened in a patriarchal society. We were supposed to go in a patriarchal society with the idea of creating, knowing ourselves, experiencing ourselves. And how do you experience? You experience only in physicality. The reason we have all come into this earth plane is to experience through our physical body. Through our panchendriya, through our five senses, we experience. That is the only way you can experience. In light bodies, there is no experience. Light, what you can experience? Your panchendriya, your skin, your smell, all this experience only happen in this three density world. So when we come into this three density world in a patriarchal society, it's all about materialism, bhautikta, your physicality. But what happened was, as time went by, we went a little bit overboard. But that's okay. Now it is time that we have made the reversal, but we are not able to yet see the result because
It is happening slowly. It's matter of time, Upendra sir. You will see the feminism, the matriarchal society coming up, which is meaning that we have gone so far away from our internal affairs that we all knew we are lost. We all can feel, even though a person is not spiritual, something is wrong somewhere. Everyone can feel, because even in this material world, nobody is happy. They are in pursuit of happiness. They are earning money. They are changing relationships. They are taking drugs. They are doing everything, but everything is temporary. So people know something is wrong. But where to, what, not everyone has figured out. But there are always those handful of people who are the leaders. Somebody has to lead. They have already found out that this reversal has happened. That is why everyone is now, at least people on this platform, they are on that inner pursuit, inner journey. What is inner journey? That is the feminism. That is the matriarchal society, takes you close to who you are. And this cycle will happen again and again, sir, from inside to outside, outside to inside. And that is the rule of creation. And the good news is, for us, rest assured, we are on that inner pursuit where we are getting closer and closer. And that's why you and me are always wondering, there's something more than the skin, there's something inside. I can feel this energy. I can getting it. So we are the leaders, sir. Whether we like to accept the responsibility or not, we are the leaders. There is that 99.999%. It will take time, sir, because everyone won't walk with the same pace. We have to accept leadership and be a bit more patient with those people for whom the time has to come. I hope I've answered your question, or have I confused you?
No, thank you very much. I think so you answered quite well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Ashok sir, with your permission.
Yes, thank you, Amma. Thank you very much. And there is no words. And one more time, and our sincere gratitude from our whole Spiritual Tablets team. Thank you for coming and taking your time and spreading all the shower on us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure is all mine. And thank you all. Thank you, masters. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And definitely we'll meet soon again.
Before just going 1 minute, Madam Chandramodali sir, do you have something to say? He's our Pitamaha.
Yeah, sure. Hello, sir.
Namaste, Ma.
Namaste, sir.
The first time I heard you was when you were speaking or taking the interview on the book, regarding Sita with Dania Mariam.
Yes, sir.
And all I can say after hearing you today, I used to pride myself, I have so much experience with me. I have so many things. Now I realize, like somewhere in Thinking and Destiny, he shows a small speck somewhere and says, this is the word. Probably I'm below that. So, there is so much to learn. I know we do make the mistake of, we learn a little bit and think we know so much. But then, if I put it as a function of time, that would be the best way to look at our learning. At that moment I knew, but today I don't know. I think that's the message I will take away. And yours is probably a personification of what surrender and acceptance means. If you look at your journey and evolution, that's what I would merge it with. Thank you so much. I don't think I can say more than that, because that's my take from today's session.
I'm so humbled, sir, with your kind words. I'm absolutely humbled. Thank you.
Thank you, Amma. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
See you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Amma. So all masters, and we are going to close the session for today. And I hope that, there is a lot of takeaways from the session. And I'm going to post this tomorrow, and leisurely you can watch it again. And thank you, Chandra sir, and thank you, Upendra sir, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ravi, and everyone. So hope that we are going to be in this bliss. Okay, and to be said, and I'm going to close the session for today.